All right, good morning. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna be talking about binomials where we're gonna multiply with a negative and a negative. All right, now hopefully you guys have kind of figured out how we have a pattern here to be where our two numbers in the middle, depending on my value here, are either gonna be a positive, a positive, negative, or in this case, they're going to be a negative and a negative. And remember, please, when you're adding a negative and a negative, it's a negative. When you're multiplying a negative and a negative, it's a positive. So that's going to be our big turn for the day. So let's go ahead and walk through a few of these guys here. And we're going to remember that we have our little pattern here of our FOILs. So it's going to be first, outer, inner, and last. So our process is going to start off the exact same thing. I have x times x, which is going to give me x squared. All right. Now I'm going to go outside and I'm going to go x and a negative 5. So I've got a positive times a negative. That's going to be a negative 5x. And then I go I, which is the inside. So this is going to be a negative 2 times x, which is going to be a negative 2x. I have a negative and a negative. Remember again, a positive times a negative is a negative. And then I've got my last terms here, which is going to be a negative 2 and a negative 5. A negative negative is a positive, and 2 times 5 is 10. So I notice again here, I've got my numbers in the middle are going to be like terms. So I'm adding a negative and a negative. So a negative 5x minus 7x more is going to be a negative 7x. I bring down my x squared and I bring down my positive 10 and I'm all set. So this has got to be a negative and this has got to be a negative because I've got a negative negative here. And then when I add these guys up, they're a negative. Now, the L on the last one, I take a negative times a negative, and that's my positive. Okay, let's try it again. So, first terms again, x times x is x squared. Now I go to my outside terms. That's going to give me x times negative 4. That's a negative 4x. Up next, I've got my inside terms. That's a negative 3 times x. That's a negative 3x. Look here, I've got a negative and a negative. I head over again, and I've got my last. I've got a negative 3 and a negative 4, and that's going to be a positive 12. I know again I'm on the right track because I've got a negative negative, a negative 4, and a negative 3x. I've got 4 negatives. If I add 3 more, I've got a negative 7x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I bring down my constants. I bring down my square. X squared minus 7x plus 12. All right, let's go ahead and let's just try one more here, okay? And I'll keep this one up here as an example. Oh, let's go with x minus 5 and x minus 6. So, our process will stay the exact same. I've got x times x is x squared. Okay, now let's go outside. So we're going to have x, hello. We're going to have x and a negative 6, a positive and a negative is negative 6x. Let's go inside to be where we have a negative and a positive. That's going to give me a negative 5x. Okay, look here again. I've got a negative negative, so I'm doing good all so far. And once more, a negative 5 and a negative 6 is positive 30. I check this out. I've got a negative 6x minus 5x. That's going to be a negative 11x. I bring down my positive 30, and I bring down my x squared, and I'm all set. Okay, so we're always gonna have a negative in the middle and a positive at the end. A negative in the middle and a positive at the end. All right, so hopefully you guys are gonna do okay on this one. I've got another quiz here posted. Hope you guys